You don't understand. I get like 50 freaking messages a day, specific to, I do this, and I got this, and it's impossible, and what do I do to cure my migraine, and my acne, and my gyno, and my, ugh. I don't care. Just stop writing me your stupid questions about the stupid stuff. Coach Greg, and welcome to episode 12 of my Q&A. Now remember, I'm not a doctor, not prescribing medical advice. I'm just telling you answers to questions that I hope are correct. And maybe they're not, maybe they are. Does it really matter? Not really. Whatever. What other person are you going to get better information from? Some of the questions are awesome. I've seen them. And some are stupid. Mike D wants to know, hey Greg, I've seen all your Q&A videos. Okay. Is it possible to get your girlfriend or wife? Why do we stop there? Girlfriend or wife or mistress? Or chick on the side? Yeah. I don't have a chick on the side. Better not. See that? She hears me in the background. Can you get them pregnant on HRT? Well, of course you can. You think HRT is birth control? I'm on HRT. So, what? How do you not know this? Is it possible? Man, it's possible for my girlfriend to get me pregnant. It's possible. Oh, did you ever watch the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and he freaking got pregnant?
Come, feel it.
No, I don't think so.
Junior, I think it was called. It's possible. It can happen. The sun might explode tomorrow. Things happen. Possible. But will it happen? Is it possible? Yeah. Is it likely? Still, yeah. I know a ton of people that get their wives and girlfriends pregnant while on stronger cycles than HRT. I had my sperm tested at, a real clinic. And I was perfectly fertile in every single way while on cycle. So, don't think that just because you're on test or cycle that the condoms can come off. Nope. Be safe. And don't get your girlfriend, wife, or mistress. Or, babe, what else can they be? Mistress, wife, girlfriend. Chick on the side. What else can we call these people? That's it. Threesome, hooker, whatever, anything. Don't get them pregnant.
I think you covered it.
We covered it. Jay Nixon says, hey, I love your videos. Very funny. Who are your favorite pro wrestlers? Oh, pro wrestlers. Okay. So, all-time favorite, Ultimate Warrior. Muscles shredded all over the place. Loved Andre the Giant. He was just so big, man, in person. Hulk Hogan, just because of the 24-inch pythons. Ravishing Rick Rude because he had the freaking abs and he would make out all these girls after he won. That was pretty cool. I really like that. And grade 8, my favorite. Remember those guys? The Bushwhackers. Ba-boom, the Bushwhackers. I love the Bushwhackers. I used to do this thing all the time. They were my favorite. They're so funny. I used to love them. Anyway, those are my favorite in the past that I can think of off the top of my head. Anyway, 1337 wants to know, how do you prevent gyno from steroids? If I already got gyno removed from when I was in puberty, I'm planning to start my first cycle ever. I don't want to get surgery again. Okay, how do you prevent it? You don't take steroids that convert to estrogen, okay? So Tess is going to, D-ball and things like that are going to be much more risky. So you would take something like Masterone or Primo, which would be much more likely to just give you dry, lean, hard muscle gains. You could perhaps do test at a minimal amount and add things that don't convert to estrogen. So you could do minimal amount of testosterone, like 100 milligrams, and then add Anavar, because then you wouldn't get it, okay? Not saying you wouldn't, everything's possible. Every single thing is possible. You take Efferding and you go to sleep. Whatever, but that's how you would do it. You would take less things that convert to estrogen like Tess and more things that don't. Farmer Girl, she wants to know, is there any truth to women, they need 60 grams of fat a day to keep their hormones where they should be? No, way less. Are you kidding me? Imagine if every girl had to eat 60 grams of fat. I hardly ever eat 60 grams of fat, and I'm a man. All right, question from Amora. When you say all you need is a calorie deficit to lose fat and keep muscle, never said that. Is that referring to as long as protein intake is adequate and you hit the minimum your body needs? So they're putting words into my mouth. So I never actually said that. I said calories in, calories out. Does that mean that as long as you're in a deficit, you will lose fat and keep all your muscle or build it? No, they're suggesting that I'm suggesting that all you need to do is hit your minimum protein requirements, for example, say. So say I'm 200 pounds, eat 200 grams of protein a day, 800 calories. That I can lose fat and build muscle or maintain muscle. No, never said that. I said you lose weight, you're in a deficit. That's what I said. If you're in a deficit, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to keep muscle. It doesn't mean you're going to build muscle. It doesn't mean anything. It means you're going to lose weight. You're going to drop size, smaller. You're going to burn fat. If your calories are too low, like really low, like you only eat protein, you're going to lose muscle too for sure. So I don't say anything. People love to quote some part of what you said and then change it into this big, huge thing. Like I say, calories in, calories out is how you lose weight. That is for sure true. Then he says and adds to it, calorie deficit to lose fat and keep muscle. You're exaggerating. You can't just say that. It's a big pet peeve of mine is people say one little quote of what I say and then turn it into this big YouTube video about everything thinking they know what they're talking about. No. I was told that by eating very low calories that I wouldn't lose weight. It's because my body would go into starvation mode. Is there any truth to that? Well, there's no truth to the fact that you would not lose weight. The lower your calories, the more weight you're gonna lose. I mean, just think about it. If you ate nothing, your body's gonna go into starvation mode and you won't lose weight. It's impossible. Will starvation mode occur? Yeah. The less you're gonna eat, the more calories your body's gonna kind of save, as in not burn off, as in instead of doing this a lot, you'll just not move a lot. Your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, will go down. You won't burn as many calories because you won't have as much energy to put out energy to burn calories, to move and dance and tap your feet and walk and shop. And you just sit on the couch and watch TV without moving. Doesn't mean that low-calorie diets will work. Calorie deficit, you lose weight. Should we train during a cold? And if yes, how hard? What should we avoid? Okay, so should you train with the cold? Yes. Okay, if yes, how hard? Harder than last time. What should we avoid? We should avoid training if we're like really sick, like we got the flu and we're like feeling like crap. So if you go and you have a little cold, like me right now the last 3 days, sniffling, snot's coming out, the whole thing, I'm still racing on Zwift, I'm still training hard at the gym, and so on. If I felt like miserable, like when I get pneumonia, I would go in and take a deload week. So depending on how sick you are, decide how hard you're gonna train. Brace Lancel wants to know, in your next Q&A, can you inform what cycle Regan Grimes is doing? No. These kind of questions are stupid. So, A, why and how would I know what I'm not his coach. B, if I was his coach, I'm not gonna just sit here and say, oh, this is what he does. That's coach and client privilege. You don't tell people what they're doing. It's a secret, okay? Secrets, you keep secrets. If he says, hey, it's cool, I want you to go out and tell everybody what I'm doing, that's different. When other people make these videos and they say like, oh, what cycle the Rock is on, what cycle Donald Trump takes, what, they're guessing, they don't have a clue. They're just making up a clickbait title so you click it. No one knows the cycle that some stranger that I never met is on. How you don't know? Mont Dragon wants to know, if DEXA scans are bad, what is actually useful to determine body composition? So DEXA scans are not bad. They're in fact about as good as you can get. They're not as good as my laser vision for body fat determination, but they're pretty good, okay? So what is useful? All methods are useful, they help, but they're just not exactly accurate. You can't rely everything and put all faith in it. It could say you're 20% and you're 24, it could say you're 20 and you're 16. You know, it could say you gained 5 pounds of muscle in a week, which you didn't. So, you know, use it as much as you can, but don't rely on it. Aziz Barkay Zidridrim. Huge fan question. What do I do if SHBG is too high? Okay, well, really, you should go to the doctor. Now, let's assume that you are at the doctor and he's talking to you and whatever. What should you do? Well, you could take Proviron, Anavar, T-Ball, some kind of an oral, and then that could free more testosterone. You could take Primo, Masterone. You could do injectables. So in other words, you could lower SHBG through the use of anabolics, okay? Talk to your doctor. Don't do anything I say. Don't listen to that advice. The advice to listen to is go see your doctor and ask him. Luba Markukuk says, hey, Greg, what do you think about Vince Gironda's steak and eggs diet? I think it's stupid to just eat steak and eggs. It's like a carnivore diet. So just eat steak and eggs. Don't eat fruit. No fructose. I don't want that diet. Where's my French toast? So I'm against it. I think it sucks. Give me some popcorn. Nazar Mizertetsky wants to know, what's your opinion on blood flow restriction training? I think it's stupid. Adam DeVoe says, should we schedule a deload week when on a cycle? If so, would it be any different than a standard natural deload week? The answer is no, you shouldn't schedule a deload week on your cycle. Matthews asks, Greg, is biking better than running for avoiding muscle loss? Is there no correlation? The answer is yes, biking is way better than running for avoiding muscle loss. Running is the worst thing I can think of. The eccentric load of the force every time you land, and you're landing thousands of times with like 5 times your body weight. The worst would be running downhill, then you have to absorb even more of your weight. Too much eccentric load, bad for your knees overall, all that, especially us big bodybuilders. We're not 130-pound ectomorph marathon runners. You're big guys running, not ideal for trying to keep muscle, okay? If you were to run and you had to run, I would run uphill and then walk down. That would be my advice for you. ASIN FPS says, hey doc, for the next Q&A, let's say you're doing HRT for life like me, okay, like me, 120 milligrams, well, I'm at 140, very similar. Do you need any orals like estrogen blockers, or is the dose of testosterone low enough that it cannot convert too much to estrogen to create gyno? Can you actually use 112 milligrams of test without worrying about anything? The honest answer is there's a chance that you're gonna get gyno. And honestly, you could inject no testosterone and do a placebo injection and get gyno and be like, oh, it's the testosterone. And then the researcher would be like, no, I injected you with watermelon. Like, you don't know. But the truth is, the chances are very slim. If your body can't handle that much, then your body just sucks. 120 is not too much. HRT to me should be like, just test, really. If you need all these other things, it's indicating that you're probably trying to maximize things, taking too much. So for example, if you're on 120 milligrams of test and you're at 1,500 nanograms per deciliter, well, your test is like double to triple what most people would be. So it's just like, what are you gonna do about it? But if you're on a normal dose, you shouldn't have issues, okay? Now, that doesn't mean you can't take an AI or Arimidex and so on, but ask your doctor, you know? I'm not your doctor. Beach QT wants to know, can being in a calorie deficit get you night terrors? I'm not even gonna read the rest of this. Everything can give you everything. Can drinking cocoa in your coffee put you to sleep? Yes. Can your arm fall off by sleeping on it? Sure. Can the sun give you cancer? Yeah. Can it cure it? Yeah. Anything can happen, anytime, anything you want. Every single thing can happen, okay? It's really hard to prove cause and effect. It's just so hard. And I'm literally sick and freaking tired of people writing me. I'm just like, you don't understand. I get like 50 freaking messages a day, specific to, I do this, and I got this, and it's impossible, and what do I do to cure my migraine, and my acne, and my gyno, and my, I don't care. Just stop writing me your stupid questions about the stupid stuff. Cause and effect, can't prove it, okay? See your doctor. If If I'm not your coach, don't ask me for free advice. I don't have time. I don't. It's like I have to sift through all these messages to get to the people who are actually clients of mine to answer their questions. Stop asking me stupid questions that don't make sense. Shane Van Horst wants to know, what are your thoughts on the vertical diet? Vertical diet is great for bulking and bad for dieting. That's my brief summary. Why? Because it's not full of low-calorie dense foods. It's more filled with foods that agree with your body, that you can eat in a large amounts and pack on a lot of weight. And so if you're trying to maintain a shredded physique, it's probably going to be harder because you're not going to be full very often. But if you're trying to bulk up and get huge, yeah, gain 20 pounds, then probably good diet. Granddaddy Funk wants to know, you know those Inbody scanners? Yeah, I do know them. Yeah. The ones that Crunch and other fitness clubs? Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. It said I gained 2 pounds of muscle after a 40-pound weight loss. Well, that's awesome. Should I trust the results? No. It's the same machine I used twice, so... Yeah, so they're not accurate like that. I mean, yeah, you might have gained 2, you might have gained 10, you might have lost 10. We don't know. It's just a guess. You know, if you ate a lot of food, drank a lot of water right before the test, you're going to gain weight, come in bloated, it'll say you're more muscle mass, whatever. Go in dehydrated, it's going to say you have less muscle mass. It's just too easy to fool. The real Cody Bursick wants to know, is your girl taller than you? And the answer is yes. She's about 1.5 inches taller than me. Subscribe by clicking that button, that's a subscribe button, and click the bell button so you're alerted, and then you can be the first one to comment. I'm first because my phone was right in front of me, and when it belled me, I was able to press it, while the next person, the phone was sitting there and you had to pick it up and press it, so they were slower. So that's why you weren't first, because somebody else was literally typing and their finger pressed it as it came up. Anyway, that's just a side note. But yeah, subscribe and follow me. Like, really, seriously, do it. Like, really. Like, actually do it. Not like, yeah, later. Now! Press the button! Wake up! Smell it! Press it. Smell what the Rock's cooking for breakfast. Hopefully it's French toast. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IB Pro. Instagram, follow me there. Watch one of these videos. It's not a freaking Q&A. It's something more serious. One of these top 10ers. I love doing top 10s. You just go in order and you go one of those top 10ers and one of those videos. And until next time, I am out. What am I out of? I'm not out of anything. Actually, I'm out of lactose-free Naturel milk. Girlfriend can't have cereal.